All right, so we're a guest of Mark Turnovsky. He's a diamond expert and a graduated gemologist, and he will tell more about himself right now. If he will stop clicking on his computer, he can stop doing it, it seems to me. Anyway, okay. Okay, good thing that Mark has his own microphone, so I don't have to reach over. Mark, so why wouldn't you look at the camera?
My family was in the business in the sense that my father was a sorter. That means that someone who selected diamonds for specific jewelry. And he was in the business for 40 years. He worked for a company for 40 years. When I was a young child of about 10, he gave me a loop, he gave me a tweezer, and he basically said, have some fun. And he used to bring some diamonds home, and he trained me because he said, you never know when you might have to use it. So I went off to college. I was a grade school teacher. I taught kindergarten. I went halfway through a master's for history, and I was teaching in the New York City Board of Education during that time. I got a job here on 47th Street in the Diamond District that my father helped me get as a sorter, and that's a person who has a large group of diamonds in front of them, usually 1 to 10 pointers, and spends a whole week sorting out the diamonds into colors and clarities and sizes. During that time period, GIA started to become a factor in the business, and the company I worked for asked me to go up to GIA and to submit stones to them. At the time, GIA was maybe a staff of 8 people, and I was interviewed for a job, and I was the first gemologist at that time who took an on-job training and basically got my GG while I was working as a staff member of the GIA. I was lucky enough when I entered GIA to be seated next to Robert Vogel, who you will meet later, who is probably the foremost expert on colored diamonds, and will give you a little bit of a tutorial on colored diamonds. In 1978, there was a tremendous increase in interest in certificate diamonds, and as a gemologist, I felt that I could go out and become a consultant to the companies that were requesting certificates from the GIA. So what I did was I created a company called Diamond Consultants International at that time, and what I did was I pre-graded all diamonds for manufacturers prior to them submitting the stones. The problem at the time was because there was such an increase in demand that sometimes people would submit a stone on, say, the first of the month, and they'd get it back at about a week later, and if there were any inclusions or any feathers on the girdle, they had to recut the stone. So what I provided the service was that I advised the manufacturers how they could only do this in one time, that they didn't have to proceed to bring the stone back and forth, and lose a great deal of time. And for 2 years, I worked with many of the manufacturers that I work with now, so I was able to, first of all, establish a very good friendship with them. Secondly, I got to know them as far as what their specialties were, and again, working with them, advising them, having fun with them, we established a great relationship that today is extremely helpful for me when I have someone requesting a diamond and a shape, and I can actually know which cutters specialize in which product, and it's very helpful. It shortens the time that I have to provide a diamond for, as well as I know who specializes in specific cuts, which hopefully helps the whole community, because we get really nice cuts that way. So in 1980, at that time period, there was a lab that was established in the United States called the IGI. And the owner of the IGI asked me to become the director of the laboratory, which I was the first director of the IGI. Our expertise in this office encompasses about 60 years of gemological knowledge. Bob and I both have all the experience, from working together with the GIA and being in the industry. And Bob is renowned in 47th Street as one of the finest consultants, and advises the cutters that are around tonight. So I'm very happy to be associated with Bob. And what we try to do here is we try to review all the diamonds when they come into the office. We sometimes feel if a diamond's not been graded correctly, we will not ship it.